I actually decided I wanted to be in the military when I was in middle school. It was just something I really wanted to do, was help people, and I wanted to be specifically some sort of medical care, either a corpsman or a pararescueman in the military. But I weighed 130 pounds over the limit of what they would allow. After graduation in 2012, I had trouble finding a job after high school. So I was sitting around for about 3 months that summer, and I was thinking, I just can't do this anymore. I need to do something to make myself a better person and to serve my community. So I buckled down, and through just my determination, I decided to lose weight. My very first class with him was Criminal Justice 101, Intro to Criminal Justice, and it was my very first semester at College of Western Idaho. And I can just tell from the start that he was a phenomenal human being. Looking at him, I saw what I think police officers should be and what I wanted to embody in a police officer. Ultimately, I wanted to be a police officer because the sense that I had to serve my community. I had to do it in some way. I couldn't sit here and leech off of the taxpayers or anybody else. I had to contribute in some way. And I saw it on the website, and I decided, well, I might as well give this a chance, because this is ultimately what I want to do, is be a police officer. The very first was an interview with Chief Forsman. It was just a pre-background, just checking to make sure you weren't doing any drugs or any of that, any crimes, major crimes pending. Then you would go through a polygraph just to make sure that you weren't officially lying about any of that. PT was a major aspect in getting involved in the program. I asked Chief Forsman for a physical training regimen over the summer, and I followed that as best as I could. So those are some of the things that I had to do to prepare myself for this program, along with the education I had prior to this program from criminal justice. So I enrolled and I got into the program. So we've been forging connections with people already in the field of law enforcement. So we're getting to know all those people and forging relationships with them already. And that'll give everybody a leg up in this program, a chance at getting hired. So knowing those people will definitely be an advantage. The thing about college, I'm a phenomenal student in college compared to high school. I'm a 4.0 GPA student, and I take my education very seriously now. Maturity, I believe. You grow up when you decide you don't have any other choice. This is my future, so I have to take it seriously. It's a learning experience coming out of high school and that transition phase into adulthood, from graduating and then realizing, well, I got to get my act together or I'm going to not succeed in life. My end goal is actually a U.S. Marshal. I'm shooting really high, but I would love to do that. I think the excitement in that would be phenomenal, and it's just something I really want to do.